Hey guys, good morning. It is July, let's see, 22nd, 23rd, July 25th. It's Monday morning, and I'm going into work this morning. I cracked my phone last night, so I'm looking at the crack right now, and it sucks. I just wanted to make a short video. My stalking's pretty heavy, so I'm assuming I'll have some vehicular stalking this morning. I'm just going to keep the camera on, while I get it. And I wanted to go through some things kind of on the fly. I didn't really, think about this video. I'm going to kind of just start making videos, and, if it's not good, if it's just me rambling, I might delete them and then, just as practice videos. But I might put them up. I might put this one up. If it's spot on, if I'm, talking about things. But I'm going to start doing that because they're hitting me really hard, in the spine and the head. I'll show you on another video. I'm just thinking about it. I'm kind of mulling it over my head, and there's a lot of activity from that apartment. There will be cars like in this car coming out. I mean, it's swarming time. And then down the street, just it's like a lot of activity with a lot of red hats. This morning I walked out to go to work, and one of my stalkers was coming in with a red hat. And, he's not going to work today. I don't think he works. I think this is it. I think that he patrols me, and he makes some money from it. So there's a lot of money involved. Unfortunately, there's a lot of money involved. And so, heavily remote neural monitored. The V2K, they really want to, I don't know what they're doing. They're saying they're just tired and they've got to get it done, so they're desperately doing all this stuff. What I found on the remote neural monitoring, though, because I've you have to respond with your thoughts, because they're talking on V2K, and then your thoughts are going, and then they're responding to that. And I know that sounds crazy to anybody who hasn't been targeted, but they're doing microwave hearing sometimes through your ears, because they can shoot this electromagnetic energy around your ears. Sometimes it'll be just straight to your audio cortex, I think. I'm not sure. I made a huge, and this is what I wanted to talk about. I made a huge helmet. I put a Walmart bag over my hat, and then I used that tinfoil tape, and I just put a bunch of layers. Just layered it and layered it. Then I put another Walmart bag on top of that and layered and layered. And I made a good helmet. It kind of looks like a Darth Vader helmet. And it's huge, and it just goes on my hat. I don't put it directly on my hat because it has this sticky stuff that got on my hat. I guess I'm going to show y'all. I'm hesitant to show that because the stuff that we talk about sounds so surreal, and somebody's honking at me behind me. I guess let's get them on tape. Somebody's honking behind me, and I don't know why, because I can't go anywhere. But I've also built up, where I sleep, and there's a One Light Rider truck right there. I also built up where I sleep. I put copper. I have copper mesh. I added to the copper mesh and put, some aluminum, some heavy-duty aluminum foil, and some thermal blankets. Some pretty thick ones, and it seems to work. I put my Total Shield. It's called Total Shield, and there's the One Light car. Kind of, it's really heavy. I mean, I expect a lot of vehicular stalking, because the guy, it's almost full flag false flag terrorism about me. This guy's got high technology. He's ex-Army, he's a Mason, he's got a lot of connections. He's worked this program in the DHS fusion centers, I wouldn't say masterfully. He's just had a lot of time to build it up. And the more time it goes on, the more it builds up. that's kind of on purpose, because mental illness would work like that. You know, it'd get worse and worse and worse if you didn't take care of it. So they want to create that illusion of mental illness to discredit the targets. You know, but I do want to show that stuff. I'm hesitant because the stuff that I talk about is already so surreal and unbelievable to non-TIs. I know target individuals would like to see it because it does help. If you are desperate, it's cheap and it works to shield your head. And the little thing that I did with my sleeping area really shielded me during the night. I don't feel any pain on my body. When I got out, they started hitting me. When I got out of my sleeping area, you know, they started to hit me hard. I had to take a bath and stuff like that, and they hit me in the side of the head. But I did want to mention one thing, a breakthrough kind of, that really helped me. And there's that guy was blowing my car, and then a lot of trailers, just kind of laying it on anything that I'm sensitized to. Somebody in the video mentioned that I was getting a lot of different color cars. I noticed black trucks with one lights, and that's mostly all that I noticed. But I know that they do try and caravan and color coordination. I don't notice it because the one light thing is so blatant to me, and I'm focused on that kind of, not focused, but I want to get that on video. I do notice a lot of black trucks. They're heavily tinted black trucks. That's the color that I notice. They have been trying to do yellow Hummers because in Texas I had a girlfriend with a yellow Hummer, and so they are trying to do that because I actually was thinking about that and said something. I was like, you know, y'all should do yellow Hummers, and they just did it. A whole bunch of yellow Hummers, but I haven't seen it a lot now. But you know, that sounds, to target individuals, this doesn't sound weird. To non-TIs, it sounds incredulous and unbelievable. But I want to say it. The V2K, they're shooting the microwave hearing. It's looped or automated. Mine actually has real people on it. They're really working it. But it has automation and looping involved. But so they'll do this, the microwave hearing, and then they can actually, you know, target individuals know this, with remote neural monitoring, you know, they can actually see your visual cortex. So they can see what your visual cortex is putting out. They can also induce or shoot a frequency at the same frequency as what your brain's working at, and actually create an image in your visual cortex. I know how insane that sounds to non-TIs. I need to say it for TIs though, because I came up with a great idea. Instead of this incredible every thought that you make, them saying something about it, just when they comment on V2K, man, I stop and I realize how surreal this all is. For TIs, whenever you know, they're responding to every thought, and then you're responding with your thoughts because you can't help it, and it's this endless cycle of psychological torture. What you want to do, and I found this is a great neutralizer. Neutralize is just the best. Neutralizing this, because any thought that you have towards them, aggressive or otherwise, they're gonna just use. This is a play day. This is a vacation holiday, you know, playground for psychopaths. This equipment, this is just the keys to the kingdom for them. I don't know why it was handed out at this level, but let me finish. I'm kind of getting off track. When they're doing that loop, just when they respond with V2K, just go no comment. Think no comment. Think no comment. No comment. No comment. No comment. Neutral, or you can say something like, I'm neutral, or something like that, something like redacted, just something neutral, no comment. You know, you can kind of try things. Just say something in your head. And I would really, and I have trouble with this a lot. I would just recommend not speaking out loud to the V2K, because it'll get you in trouble. You know, that's what they're trying for, and they've got me, you know, big time on it. They've got me big time on it. But you're thinking, you know, that's something else you can't control. It's even hard to not speak to the V2K, but the thinking towards it is almost impossible, because your visual cortex is a reflexive, your brain is a reflexive organ. Your visual cortex is a very reflexive part of your brain. That means that when it's stimulated, it's going to react. You know, with the remote neural monitoring, imaging, you know, just the V2K, your visual cortex is just going to react. It's just going to be a reactive. It's a reactive part of your brain, and your brain's a reactive organ. So what you can do is kind of gain control and neutralize any kind of aggression by just saying no comment, no comment, no comment, no comment, and kind of condition that in your mind, so that even when your visual cortex is reacting and you're thinking thoughts, you know, your brain will just start thinking no comment. And I know this sounds incredulous to non-TIs. I understand that. I hesitate to go deep into this. You know, I almost want to speak in generalities. A lot of TIs do. There's an EMS worker up ahead. I almost want to speak in generalities, but I know it's going to help target individuals. So, you know, whatever kind of comments I get by non-TIs, I will deal with them, and it's okay, because this is so big, and a lot of people are suffering greatly, and I've found, you know, always will come up with a way to neutralize any of these. It's true, guys. I know that people want to fight. I want to fight, but the deal is that with this stuff, you can't get to these people right away. We're not going to be able to. It's going to take work with you know, activism and protesting, and getting this secret out, getting this technology out. And so you have to neutralize these things: vehicular stalking, street theater, you know, the endless cycle of them kind of saying stuff to you, and even if you're not talking, you know, that's the problem with it. I think we'd all be okay. And for non-TIs, I guess this is important, and you can look up remote neural monitoring. They can do a lot of stuff with this. There's software that can automate things on remote neural monitoring. There's a very dark protocol on this remote neural monitoring, which is, you know, shooting a frequency basically to the visual cortex, and actually seeing phrases and images from human beings' brains. There's a dark protocol with this. You know, they can make you forget things. They can make you feel certain emotions. It is unbelievable what they can do with this technology, and it's more unbelievable who they've given it to. You know, they've given it to just regular. You know, this guy's ex-Army that's doing it to me. He's networked out. He's networked out with somebody else who specialized, I guess, in remote neural monitoring, because the remote neural monitoring got really bad about a year ago, about more than a year ago, a year and a half, about a year and a half. The active stuff, where it wasn't just like I knew they were looking through my eyes, because I'd look into a mirror and the microwave hearing would respond. It'd be like, oh, look, he's crazy, or whatever like that. So I looked up remote neural monitoring. I knew that the passive effects, where they could actually see visualizations in your visual cortex and phrases, I knew that was happening. I did not know that as they you know, as they are connected to you, they get more used to your brain's